Hello, great people. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name still remains Opeoluwa Oni. So today I'm going to be talking to us on wealth creation in 2024. So today basically I'll be talking about the areas you need to go into if you want to truly create wealth. Yeah, a lot of people know me for real estate, but I'll be diving into other areas that are not real estate. And hopefully, if I can finish this in just one video, it will make a whole lot of sense and it will help you a great deal. So, based on research, uh, business forecast, and some of the areas that the federal government are looking at, and also based on the budget, because in every economy, the government are the biggest spender, especially in an economy like Nigeria. The federal government is still the biggest spender. Okay, so based on all of that, we've combined 10 areas that in 2024 it will help you to create wealth. It will not just help you to make money, but it will help you to create wealth. So if creating wealth is actually one area that you really want to focus on, so you need to look at all these areas critically. You need to look at all these areas critically. Okay. So number one of this area is food and agriculture. So anybody that is into food and agriculture, or you are looking at the business that you need to go into, food and agriculture, it is very important. Imagine having the ability to feed over 200 million people. That is massive. So food and agriculture is one area that you need to pay critical attention to. And of recent, I was counseling someone that's in this area, and I told the person that, see, beyond feeding Nigerians, you need to think of feeding Nigerians in diaspora. Okay, so let me break it down for you. There was a report that came out sometime in October last year that there's estimated 5 million Nigerians that are outside Nigeria that just left the country. 5 million, yes. I don't know what the source of their data, and I don't know how accurate this data is, but of course, we all understand the season of jackpot that we just experienced and we are still experiencing um, in Nigeria right now. So 5 million people. So let's break it down. These are 5 million people that already developed a taste. So these are 5 million people that already had a particular taste bud, that already developed a taste for Nigerian food. And I mean, for those of us that are Nigerians, our food is part of our culture. Our food is part of who we are, is inherent part of who we are, make up who we really are. So our food is critical to us. It's very important to us. We are emotionally attached to our food. Okay, so imagine 5 billion mouths out there that you need to feed. So you need to think of export. Imagine I saw something of recent, and some people place order for frozen soup. I mean, I've never seen it before, but I saw it online. Frozen food soup. I mean, and they will freight it to European countries, to America, to Canada, using flight, not the ship, but they were using flight. It was not a cargo or ship. No, they were using. So imagine having a frozen food in Nigeria within 6 hours is already in the UK. So that's an amazing business that you need to think of doing. I'm not saying you should go into frozen food, but I'm giving you a scenario. And these 5 million people, if we go by that data, are 5 million people that have the purchasing power. They are ready to pay. They have the purchasing capacity to be able to buy whatever you are selling. Imagine. And food is critical. Food is critical. Food is part of our core, it's part of our emotion. So food is very important. So food and agriculture is very important. Food and agriculture is one area that you do not want to joke with. And there's something called the Maslow hierarchy of needs. Talking about food, shelter, and clothing. So these top three things are very important, and they are top areas that you need to really pay critical attention into. So when the reason why I put food and agriculture together is that from planting to harvesting all the value chain to processing to the stage where it will get to final consumer. All those value chain, if you play in food and agriculture value chain, is a win for you in 2024. And please, when you are playing, don't think local. Think of local market, think of global market, think of Nigerians in diaspora, think of other nationals too that needs the things that we have. I mean, there are guys in Arab nations that need cola nuts, that need a whole lot of stuff. Make your research. So export will earn you foreign currency and it will earn you consistent income beyond the local market. There are a lot of, I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine that owns a farm and he was telling me the volume of Lebanese, Chinese that are in our forest, in Ogbomoso, in Shein, and in all those areas that are waiting to latch onto our harvest. Imagine. They're looking for ginger, looking for nuts, all manner of nuts out there that they are looking for. So that is a huge market. It's a huge market that you do not want to miss in any way. Also, food and agriculture, you need to pay attention to it. So the fortune now is in agriculture. Is in agriculture. In fact, yesterday night I had a meeting with someone in Canada, and we were talking about an opportunity with a particular parastatal and a particular foreign organization is collaborating together, and they need about 3,000 acres of land. 3,000 acres of land, okay? So 3,000 acres of land. And so we are putting a consortium together to get them about 3,000, sorry, hectares of land. So all they want to just do is to plant. So it's huge, it's massive, it's massive. So next is okay, I'm talking about food and agriculture. Next is real estate, okay? I play in real estate, so a lot of people, oh, real estate is because he plays in real estate. No, it's not because of that. Human being will always, no recession. These three areas, clothing, real estate, food and agriculture, no recession has been able to hit this area. No recession. Of course, in other Western world, because they buy a lot of things on credit, so it is the credit dimension that makes most of those markets to crash. But critically, these three areas, the worst that can happen is that you will reduce the quality of food that you are eating. That you will not eat is not possible. You can't fast forever, right? The worst that can happen is that you will reduce the quality or where you are living, the quality of accommodations. You cannot say you don't want to live in a house. So that is the reason why those three areas are very, very important. Okay. So real estate is very, very critical. Whether you're looking at rental, you're looking at being a realtor, it's very, very important. And one of the markets you still need to look at is local market is still bubbling. Nigerians are still buying properties. And I play in the sector. I know what I'm talking about. In fact, before I started this recording, I still had two people asking me about a duplex and an apartment. So it's not everybody that is jackpotting. So it's a mentality thing. If you think that everybody is leaving, you will not be able to sell. But if you think that there's still people investing in this country, you will be able to attract them. Okay, it is whatever you think that you'll be able to attract, and you speak it too, and it's very, very important. So real estate is still bubbling. However, you still need to pay attention to Nigerians in the diaspora because we are emotionally attached to our property and back home too. Because there are a lot of people that have traveled now in the last 2, 3 years, a lot of mass migration. Most of them will start settling down from this year to next year. And as soon as they start settling down, they need to they need to prove back. Nigerians will like to prove points a lot. They want to prove back to people in Nigeria that almost make have arrived or have blown. So they want to buy property, they want to build houses, they want to build houses for their mom, they want to build houses for their parents, they want to do all of those things. So we need to pay attention to that market. That market is huge. Okay, that market is huge. So real estate is still very, very, you can check some of my videos. I have done a whole lot of videos on real estate. I'm still doing a whole lot of videos on real estate. So that's very, very important. Okay. The third part, which is going to be the last part in this section of this video, is the clothing. I've mentioned that already. Clothing. Okay. Clothing is very, very important. I saw something yesterday about the GDP of Bangladesh. It blew my mind. Bangladesh in 20 years became the garment capital of the world. Not even China, Bangladesh became the garment capital of the world. Mention all the biggest brands in the world are sewing from Bangladesh. And they latch on to the fact that they have a large population of women, and they just train them and give them sewing machine. And boom, Bangladesh became the biggest and the biggest and the biggest and the biggest. So their economy grew from 200 billion to, in 20 years, about 130 billion, thereabout, moved to 2.3 trillion economy just because of textile. It's amazing. When I saw the statistics, I was just like, wow, because the market is enormous. The market is enormous. I was also watching a video yesterday talking about the second-hand market in China. Is one of the fastest growing market in China. Most of our second-hand market, thrift market, we usually bring them from Europe and we usually bring them from America. But one of the booming market now is China for second-hand products. It's amazing. When I saw it, I was like, wow. In fact, there's projection that it's going to be a $170 billion market. So what are all these pointing at? Pointing to? They are pointing to the fact that we will always wear clothes. So all these billions and trillions, the question you should be asking yourself is that what is my own portion in this market? Okay, there are, of course, all the traditional lace market is still there, the Ankara market is still there, all the fabric market is still there, all those things are still there. The regular market, the Turkish market is still there. People will always invest. And you see, when you are looking at the clothes market, there are two demographics that you must not joke with: women and children, under 10 and children. Under 10 and women. That's your first category. Then your next category are 20 and below. So these two markets, don't joke with them at all. They will make you a fortune because these markets are emotional. People fund them. So I won't go into all those details and all of that. So those are areas that you need to really pay critical attention to. Okay, one of the major things that we decided to make all these our videos very, very short so that people can learn something. So those three areas: food and agriculture, real estate, and clothing. So I still have other 7 areas that you need to pay attention to, but this is where I'm going to be dropping the curtain on this part 1 of the areas you need to pay attention to in 2024. When I'm talking about creating wealth, I'm talking about solid wealth. You need to pay attention to all these areas. And I hope you've gained 1 or 2 things from this video. And that will be all for now. So watch out for part 2 of creating wealth in 2024. It's a podcast that we are doing about how to create wealth in 2024. Okay, that will be all for now. Thank you very much. My name still remains Okpe Oluwa Oni. So like, subscribe, and share with others.